In this video, we'll learn about searching for issues. All right, so a search is fairly straightforward, and you should understand what a search is if you use anything like Google or any search these days. But searching in Jira is very, very important to understand because it's kind of the backbone for a lot of things in Jira. For example, you can see I'm on my dashboard here, and you can see this right here. All this is a little gadget on the dashboard that has a search running, and it's searching for any issues that are assigned to the current user. So the result of that for the user I'm logged in as right now is this one issue is assigned to me. So really, in order to create something new on the dashboard, what we would need to do is create a search that will give us the results that we want, save that off, and then put it on the dashboard. And we'll look at that process later on. I just want to point out that kind of the backbone behind a lot of that, whether it be filters on the dashboard, reports, or agile boards, things like that, is the ability to search. All right, so there's a couple places we can go to search in Jira. The first is up here on the top right-hand corner. We can just type in a search if we want. Say we want to find... say we wanted to find this particular issue. So we can search for the text. If we search for the text, this will return the result. So I just hit search and then hit enter in order to kick off that search. You can see what Jira did is it put it in this little text box right here. And if I take that out, you can see it means contains text. So it's just searching through the text in the actual issue. It's not searching any of these fields, like whether or not it's a task or whether or not what the status is. Now, some of these we can actually search up here in the top right-hand corner. So if we want to search for all tasks, we could do that. We could do a search for tasks. You can see that Jira is going to kick off a smart query, which is going to try to figure out what you meant. Since you search for tasks and there's an issue type that is task, it's going to assume you're looking for all of those tasks. You can turn that off if you want to and then search for just the word tasks in there like we did in our previous search. But there's something else to kind of point out with this search up here, because if you remember, we have different issue types. So we have epics, stories, feature request. If I were to do a search for feature request up here, you can see no issues are found. But is that really true? Do we have any feature requests? Well, rather than searching for it up here, let's come up to issues, search for issues. And it's going to take us back to a very similar page to where we were. I just want to point out where you can go to access that rather than kicking off a search. And if we use these little drop downs here, we can really get a pretty powerful search going. So we can search by project. So right now we only have one project, so just this one. We can search by our issue type. So if we wanted to find all of the feature requests, we just check this, and there's all of our feature requests. So we do have some feature requests. So that's something to keep in mind. When you're searching up here and you're searching for a field, you're relying on the ability for Jira to figure out what it is that you're trying to search for. And if you don't get the results that you want, you probably want to hop over here to the actual issue navigator, which is this search for issues right here, and be able to actually navigate to the issues that you want. So here we can find all of our feature requests. If we want to find the feature request and all of our stories, we could do that. So we have both of those checked. You can see that there. We can search by status. So that's this right here. And this is in the workflow. We'll look at workflows later on, but just know that you can search by any of these. You can search by who it's currently assigned to. So current user as opposed to a particular user. The current user would be whoever is currently logged in. So the difference here is if you do current user, you can then save this, share it with one of your coworkers, and it will be them when they're logged in. As opposed to if I were to search for just my user, then when they access this search, it's still going to be looking for me or my particular user, as opposed to whoever the current user is that's logged in. That's kind of the difference right there. And we have contains text and then more. So there's a lot of stuff that you can search for. For example, let's say we want to search for something that was created within the last day. So within the last 1 day update, these are the issues, the feature requests and stories. I can clear this actually. So these are all of the issues that were created within the last 1 day. If we were to update this to maybe say 1 week, you can see there are more issues that have been created in the past week. Really, really cool and really powerful way of being able to find exactly what it is that you want. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here. Let's move on to our next video where we'll take a look at a little bit more of an advanced way of searching.